Okay, artist development. Artist development was a big topic for T.I. He was saying that's why a lot of people they don't come out and make a big splash, or they come out and they fall off fast, because it's a thing that they used to do, but now the record companies are so blasé, so want to get a little quick money now, you know what I'm saying? They not putting the time and effort into artist development. He's saying artist development is huge. You know, I was talking about putting out an artist, so he's like, you got to do artist development. Now, the things that artist development entails is they got to learn how to do an interview. Those interviews, when you go on a radio station or when you're on TV somewhere or any kind of interview you're doing, that's a big part of building that relationship, because they get to see a flash into your character. So when you go up there, you got to know how to answer these questions. You can't do a whole lot of you know what I mean? And a lot of times on the streets, it's cool when you popping in like, yeah, man, you know, I got game, you know what I mean? We could do this, we could do that. It don't matter, you know what I'm talking about? And this and that, all of that popping it is cool. But when you go in the interview, you want to be a little bit more professional. Look at how Lil Wayne does it. Look up a couple of Lil Wayne interviews, or just look up some T.I. interviews and see how he does it. Look up a lot of different artists and see how they do interviews. 50 Cent, Jay-Z, and you will see what I'm talking about. When they ask them a question, a lot of time a guy already have an answer for a question. And like I say, you want to have a story. Oh man, we were on our way to Hawaii, and on the plane, it started going out of control. The weed fell out of my pocket, and you know, they found out I had a weed card because I hang with Snoop Dogg, and it's okay. You know what I mean? Whatever the story is, you want to have you a little story so people could get a glimpse into your life. They want to see who this artist is that they dealing with. They want to see who they connecting with. And it make you more real to the people. So doing interviews is important. A lot of the got to go, and you got to be entertaining. Being entertaining is big. You're an entertainer. Nobody want to watch you, and you boring as hell. So, you know, put a little spin, put a little pizzazz into your interview, and that's part of artist development, them teaching you that. Another part of artist development is your stage presence. Now, some people might need, like Beyonce. When she came on, she had to take singing lessons. That was part of her artist development. Beyonce taking these singing lessons so she could get to the point she wanted to be as an R&B singer. So, you know, you might play a guitar or whatever. You might need to take guitar lessons, or you might need to learn how to rock with the guitar. That's the choreography while you're on stage. You know, choreography ain't always having dancers around, but that's part of it if dancing is part of your thing. But whatever your thing is, you got to be able to get on stage, and you got to be able to exude that. You got to be comfortable in that position because you've been working on that, and they work with you on that in artist development and crowd control, getting the crowd and pulling them into your show so they not out there talking while you performing. You know what I'm saying? So that's another part of artist development. And another big part of artist development is just your daily life. You know, you have some artists or some celebrities that they get on the camera and they good, they perfect, they Gucci. They get on a regular interview, they Gucci, but you catch them out away from either on stage or behind the camera, or, you know, some kind of structured event, and they don't really know how to act right. Beanie Siegel is a perfect example. You know, you got to learn how to act as a celebrity in public. And what if the paparazzi run up on you? What do you say? What if they catch you coming out and you just had a bad day? I would never recommend you go out as a celebrity and not be fresh and fly. But say you out and you ain't fly. What do you say? How do you interact with that person that's doing that interview? You don't want to blow the interview. You don't want them to catch you any kind of way. So what do you do? You know, those are the type of things they teach you in artist development. So, you know, writing a list of situations out and how you will react in different situations. Just getting you to where you a celebrity all the time, because that's part of being an artist. So artist development was really big, really huge. What tip? Now, what we bridged off to from artist development, where did I put my marker? Hold up. I'm going to give you two of them today. What he bridged off of from artist development was having a production team. So he said, when you having a production team, because now you got to get a product made. Okay, we talked about the power team. We talked about having your lawyer. We talked about having your manager for the day-to-day operations. We talked about having a vice president to oversee everything. We talked about having your power team. Now we're talking about artist development, taking the artist and getting them ready to when he go out, that he got that it factor. So it seems like he has that it factor that attracts people to him. We talked about those things. Now the thing that he was talking about was having a production team to actually create that product. to create that product, and you expressing yourself, and through this product, this is how you're gonna make an impression on the world. So now what he was talking about is you need a production team to craft the sound for your artist and to get it to where it's the best you could get it. And what he was talking about was get a moderately successful production team. That's what he wrote down. He wrote down moderately successful production team. Moderately. And what do you mean by moderately is some people that's famous that already got a name, but they ain't, you ain't trying to look for Dr. Dre and Pharrell and all those type of people. You want to get the people with a few hits under their belt. They moderately successful. They ain't nobody, just anybody in the hood charging $50 for a beat. They got a name. I guess a minute ago it would have been Zaytoven or somebody like that. So moderately successful production team. It's your team of producers. He said what you want to be able to make sure they could do. Again, I was doing this for another artist. I say I got an artist that I'm trying to put out, and he giving me the formula how to work with an artist. You get your team together, you take them to artist development, then we get these producers, we bring this production team in together. And what you want to look for is a production team that, one, they can write songs. Your person don't have to be able to write songs. That's not a key element in the thing. The thing is they got to be able to bring the song to life and make it their own song. But you need people that could write a song, for one. You want people that could make the music, and they got their own studio. Now, if you got all three of those in one, then you can really cut your costs down, because you got to remember, man, all of this stuff costs. Now, we went over the budget too. I'm going to give you the budget later on how much he allotted for each one of these things. But all of these things cost. Man, if you could find somebody that could write the song, make the beat, and got their own studio to record it in, man, you cut your costs tremendously. And especially if they are moderately successful. Stevie J, you watching Love and Hip Hop. Stevie J, he take Jocelyn, he writing the songs. I don't know if he writing the song, but the song's getting written. Got the beat, he putting it in the studio. Everything is there. That's a production team type of deal that you might want to take your artist to, somebody like that. You're not taking them there so they can manage the artist. You just want a production team that's going to get them a good 5 songs, write them a good 5 songs, work with them on crafting the sound. Because, one song is cool, but you want to craft the sound for your artist. So a good 5 songs, and that's what T.I. was saying, 5 songs. Actually, I'm going to write exactly what he wrote down. Writer, producer, studio. 5 songs. Writer, producer, studio, 5 songs. So now, where we at so far, I'm just going to keep recapping because, these is different days. I want to make sure you got it all. This is the entertainment business. You're going to run it like a business. You're going to get you a power team. You got your vice president who's going to look over everything as you looking over everything. You got your lawyer who's going to look over your contracts. 5% you pay him. You paying your vice president 10, 15%. You got a manager to manage the day-to-day operations of the artist. So you don't have to be sitting there with your artists all day. They got their own manager that's, and it could be either your people, but it could be their people, somebody they know, because, you don't have to worry about double dipping or whatever, or a conflict of interest. So, you got your power, you got your team together. You got your artist, the manager, you got the lawyer, you got your vice president, it's you got your thing going. Then you say, okay, I need to take my artists through artist development so they can know how to handle themselves and how they can know how to perform, present themselves, so everybody will know they got that it factor. So you take them through artist development like Motown. That's what made Motown, artist development. So you take them through artist development. Once you got your artists and they comfortable in that stage, you start getting them working with a production team. Get your production team, somebody that can write, somebody that could produce, somebody got their own studio, keep your costs low. Get 5 songs knocked out. Start crafting the sound for that person. 5 cool songs. And this is where we at right now. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully, y'all keeping up. As I said on the last one, go do your research on what I'm talking about. I got this straight from T.I. himself when we was in Forest City, Arkansas. So I'm going to give you the rest of it on the next video. And I'm Ashe Khan. Yay, I'm out of here.